Good evening, everyone. I'll call meeting to order. Flash, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. I'm gonna pass on my opportunity tonight to for the opening exercise or ceremony. So Vicky, roll call, please.
Okay. Commissioner Howard,
Here.
Commissioner Ruby,
Here.
Commissioner Van Alstine, Commissioner Scola,
Here.
Commissioner Heffernan.
Here. Thank you. Public comment. Anyone wish to make public comment? Another chance at the end, but here we go again. Okay, nobody interested in making public comment. I'll move on. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda, please?
I'll make a motion.
I'll support. Thank you. Moving support. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Minutes dated August 7th, 2025. Motion to approve minutes unless there's some, thank you, Jervis. Go ahead.
Yeah, Vicky, the last page under Northern Lake Economic Alliance,
Yes.
I voted no, so that should probably, that's usually reflected who votes no, I think, if it's not all unanimous, is that correct or not?
Jeremy, will you comment? What,
Only if there's a roll call.
oh, okay. And that was my, and I will, make sure to note that next time, because I said to Vicky, okay, we have 4-1, and Jerris was a no, but Vicky did it correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, very good. Next time I'll make sure to do a roll call if we have split vote like that, so. Anything else? Can I have a motion to approve, minutes, please?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
I'll support.
All right, for the support, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Any liaison reports, committee reports, please. Right?
Yeah, I have one. The road commission. So. President Trump approved a disaster declaration for the ice storm in northern Michigan on July 23rd. So it opens the funding for FEMA for reimbursement for some of the costs. I believe Antrim County Road Commission, this is roughly about $600,000. And according to Bert Thompson, they should be able to recuperate 75% of that, which I kind of put it around $450,000. So, and since they're under, expected to happen kind of relatively soon because it says also since our costs are under $1 million, the reimbursement process is streamlined. So I wanted to let everybody know about that.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah. North Country Mental Health met today and we updated a policy that we have about people that work there that we get reimbursed for education. And if they're going to school to help their job performance, we can reimburse up to 75% tuition costs. And we also had a resolution of appreciation for Carla Sherman. She resigned from the board and she was part of that board for, I think, 18 years. And I talked to Mike Haven, he's at GTI, and said with their recent formulas, some of the financial burden for those who are at GTI has been resolved, but there's still the requirement that they be out of the community, out of that building, and a lot of those people are not physically able to be out of there. They have a lot of disabilities and communication is a struggle for a lot of them, so it's just not possible for them. They can't interact the way that a lot of us take for granted every day, so it's just not practical for them. A lot of them do some things for Anchor Lamina, and it's not possible for them to do that outside of the setting that they have specifically set up for those folks there.
Thanks, Terrence, for keeping us updated on GTI. Yes. No, there's no old or unfinished business on our agenda, new business claims and accounts. Looking for a motion to approve claims and accounts in the amount of $116,984.08, please.
I'll make the motion that we accept the claims of $116,984.08.
Thank you. I'll second that motion. Any questions?
59, no, before, I know what it is, but is that for a year? Is that what we pay for the IT training for a year? Okay, thanks.
Anything else, Jason?
No, that's it.
Okay, fine. The second, all those in favor, please say aye. Anyone opposed? Leslie, we're a little early, but you ready?
Darn.
All right.
Thank you. Just wanted to give you guys an update of what's been going on, as many of you saw on the front page of the paper, this morning. On May 1st, you guys delegated the authority for lake levels to the drain commissioner. You authorized me to talk with all counties and municipalities involved, and approved a hiring of some legal counsel and approved me of spending some money. I will let you know to date that I have spent almost $20,000. It goes very quickly, sadly, but I'm trying to be as sparse as I can with the spending. We'll start with talking with the neighboring counties. In order for us to move this forward and get before a judge and modify our lake level orders and move the processes forward, we have to have the buy-in of the other 3 counties, and we sure hope that we get it. Last night, the Kalkaska County Board of Commissioners passed a resolution to appoint me as their delegated authority as well. Yesterday morning, Grand Traverse County passed a motion for their attorney to review the resolution, and they will be addressing it on September 3rd. And we meet with Charlevoix County next Wednesday evening. It was really kind of a struggle to get before these boards. I didn't realize how hard it would be based on their timing and the amount of things they had on their agendas, et cetera, because it isn't a short topic. I mean, you guys have been dealing and hearing about this for months and months and months and months. Whereas for them, some of them, it was, the very first time. So we're hoping by September 3rd that we'll be ready to move forward. The engineers will be here to see you guys at your October 2nd meeting. And they're going to present the final report on the new dam design and what was chosen. So you guys will get a 10-minute overview of everything that's going on with the Bel Air Dam and where they'll go next.
That's the design for the Bel Air Dam.
Bel Air Dam, yes. I am going to spend my next chunk of money, and I'm going to order the formal complete inspection for the Elk Rapids Dam. Our issues are really in the spillway. But while I have them there, it just seems appropriate to make sure that the dam itself is all good. We missed out on a couple of inspections from FERC. FERC usually does a 3-year inspection. They canceled all inspections this year. They were supposed to be here in July due to budget cuts at the feds. And it was canceled the last time because of COVID. So to me, it's time. And we're going to begin some preliminary work and looking at the culvert in Ellsworth. 6 Mile Lake and their problems and St. Clair really brought this all to a head because they were the affected parties mostly from the storm this spring. Not that Intermediate Lake and Benway Lake and Wilson Lake and Ellsworth didn't have some issues as well. And in order for us to really get down to everything that we need to fix 6 Mile, it's gonna be a staged process, and I just want everyone to understand that we've got to fix the foundation of our house and put on the roof before we can remodel the kitchen. I guess I have no other way to put it, but we've got to start with the Bel Air Dam. And then we've got to fix that culvert in Ellsworth. And then we can get to the final touches that will really assist 6 Mile and St. Clair. What's next? Once, all the counties are on board, we are preparing to launch a website that will bounce off of our website and allow the other counties to link to it as well. That will talk about every detail for any homeowner. Should they just be finding out about this, or when they hear about it, there'll be a place for them to go. At the Three Lakes Association meeting a couple of weeks ago, I was presenting to them at their annual meeting. And a young lady stepped forward and volunteered to set up that website on our behalf, and she's a professor at Northwestern University and a member of the Three Lakes Association who's here just part-time, and I thought that was great. I was at the Intermediate Lake Association meeting the same week, and a gentleman came up to me and approached me and said that he and his wife were very interested in perhaps leaving a legacy and working towards the dam. So once I can find a way to promote that, maybe there's others that would like to step forward. You know, I guess I never thought of my legacy being Leslie's, outlet overflow or something, but why not? I mean, I guess if somebody would like to do that, I'm okay with that. The next thing, once we get all the counties on board, would be to revise those court documents of the lake level rulings and make sure that all that are included should be. And then sadly, we're gonna have to go towards the SAD. The state has, canceled the dam risk reduction grant program. It will not be going forward. Sadly, I was hoping to be able to apply in November, but they have decided to, move forward without it. There was a great one that I was looking for, that was a section 247 through the federal government. That program has been stripped. It was supposed to be released sometime this fall, and they've stripped that program too. So the pots of money that are going to be available to us are just going to be very small ones. And we're going to have to look into the SAD route. I am not going to give up on looking for them. And I'm not going to give up on potential legacy people too, to do what we can. But it looks like a special assessment district is the way we're gonna have to go. And I apologize for that. It's definitely not making me the most popular person in the room, but I don't know how else to deal with it. I don't want to have to deal with a crisis later. Because heck, the crisis in Midland is costing them $400 million, so. And half of that was funded through government type, but the other 200 million's the people. And fixing a crisis after it's happened, when you could have fixed it first, is probably the smartest way to go. I will take any questions that you might have, any that your constituents have, I'm willing to talk to anybody. And if somebody's got a better idea for me, I'm more than willing to listen.
Thank you, Leslie. Questions for Leslie? Cheers.
Yeah, the special assessment district, would Charlevoix County have to approve that as well? A lot of 6 Mile Lake is in Charlevoix County.
As a matter of fact, our generic numbers, because it would be those that have direct benefits, so those that live on these waterways, but also those who have deeded access. For example, a guy owns a property across the street, but he owns the one on the water with 4 other buddies. And they share it. Those types of things would all be identified. 10% of the total people involved are going to be in Charlevoix. 10% are in Kalkaska and 10% are in Grand Traverse. So yes, we hope that they're going to, but a judge said a long time ago they had to. So I'm sure that we'll be able to work out those arrangements. I'm not concerned that it won't go forward that way, but yes, they're part of this. And they have about, let's see, what is it? 200 plus or minus a few that are 6 Mile and Lake St. Clair.
So you're not sure if. Like if this board would pass a special assessment, would the Charlevoix County Board have to pass it also, or you're not sure of that?
Yes, everybody, I mean, this is not the first time I'm going to be in front of them. This is just to have them decide. Do you want to appoint the Drain Commissioner of Antrim County to be your delegated authority? Or are you going to appoint somebody else and bring your own engineers and things to the table because they have a responsibility? You know, it's a 50-year-old responsibility that we all inherited back in the 70s when city of Charlevoix decided that they didn't want the Bel Air Dam anymore, and Traverse City Power and Light decided they didn't want the dam anymore. So, you know, we inherited this, but they inherited some things also.
So 10, 20, 30. So Antrim County is roughly 70%, is that?
Of the entire Elk River chain of lakes, yes. It's actually at 72%, but I was just rounding up, it's 10, 10, and 10 for easy.
Just- Okay. Um. Okay, all right, Sue, you're gonna have to come up to the microphone because nobody's gonna be able to hear you, but I think that Leslie, you did say you loved it, I mean, anyways, go ahead, Sue.
Yeah, I wondered if you had contacted like people like the Elk Lake Skigamaw Association, to let them know what you're looking at. And also, I didn't know if I understood you with the SAD and people who benefit from it because they live on the lake. I understand that. But what about all the people that don't live on the lake that benefit from, like Elk Lake has a lot of access, thankfully, for people that don't live on the lake? And how are they gonna share in, keeping Elk Lake great?
Thank you, Sue. Good, I know there might have been two questions there, there's definitely one question about have you communicated with the Lakes Association?
I have been to every lake association, and most of the lake associations, I was the presenter at their annual meeting this year. Elk Skigmon already had their plans set. They are about a year ahead, they're very advanced, but I have been to their board several times.
And then the second question that I heard was, again, in terms of assessing, if you will, non-waterfront property owners.
Okay.
Leslie, you want to comment about that?
I sure can.
Okay.
Now, the DNR is not exempt from a special assessment district. So any DNR properties will be, their share will be there. If it's just vacant land and it's used for nothing, that's a little bit different, but it still will have a value and a benefit from being on that water. But if they have a boat launch, it may be based on the number of parking spots at a DNR launch, is that their benefit becomes exponential the more people that get in there. Those that have a neighborhood that have a deeded park that's exclusive to them and their neighborhood, they'll get some type of a prorated share. Those parklands that are owned by you guys, you're gonna get your share. And it'll be based on its use. I'll use an example. If we owned a campground that was on the chain of lakes, it would be based on camping units and how often is it open? Is it open year round, etc. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. And as soon as I can get the delegated authority, we will definitely take that process to the next level. We're already doing some of the internal stuff, and these guesstimates that I gave you on numbers, they're just estimates at this point. The hardest part is finding those with deeded access that don't live on the lake, and those little places that are shared by 3 or 4 guys or 2 guys or 16. And the other issues are, we have a lot of old resorts that have converted into corporations. And so the whole unit is owned by a corporation. But each guy gets 1 cabin as his share. So we have to make sure that we've identified everyone, because when we go and ask the judge to sign that final order for this to go forward, we have to make sure that our ducks in a row.
And again, this is, and I appreciate it, Leslie, this is, the preliminary stages of a very in-depth, long process that is going to heavily involve the public, with.
Public hearings, everything, yes. This isn't the first time and last time people will see me.
Hey, go threaten them. Thank you. Cheers.
Any idea what the rate will be, or we're too early?
We're too early for that. Like I said, I still have a large engineering study that has to take place in Mount Rapids before I can even get a guesstimate. As I think I told you guys, you know, when we looked at picking the dam, made the dam decision of which one we wanted to select, that I didn't pick the Jaguar, I picked the Chevrolet with the good trusty tires I could kick. And their guesstimate on that, because we still don't have the construction drawings and we haven't gone out for bid. Their guesstimate is 6.2 million, and if we wait 2 years, what's it gonna cost then? So it's hard to know. I can let you know that my mission is to make sure that that assessment is as low as possible and for as least amount of years, because whatever everybody's paying, so am I. Because I live on the water too. So.
Thanks, Leslie. And again, your phone number at your office is widely available, on the county's website. It's
Send
available.
me an email.
So I encourage people with questions for Leslie, please reach out to her, and ask away. So, any other questions from the board? Thank you, Leslie.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. Moving on, transportation, looking for a motion to authorize the transportation director to execute standardized contracts for services with entities utilizing the Antrim County transportation services as needed. Christina, for the transportation department is here. If we have any questions,
I'll make a motion.
Jason made motions in a second. I'll support. Any questions? Cheers.
Yeah, I guess my question is this just for the Commission on Aging, or is this apply to?
This would be standard to allow us to move forward with any of these contractual that we service for. It's been happening anyway. We just wanted to reestablish this with a new and updated contract.
So what are the biggest 3 or 4 that we do?
Meadowbrook, COA, GTI,
Christina, what, could you come up for me, please? Thank you. And introduce yourself for anyone who's watching online.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you.
Sorry, it's tall. Hello, I'm Christina Kutcher. I am the new director for Antrim County Transportation. And yes, currently we are servicing several entities. Yes, our administrator went ahead and listed some of those. We have Commission on Aging, we have Grand Rivers Industry, New Horizon Clubhouse, Meadowbrook, ID Powell Cancer Center, Department of Health and Human Service, Head Start. We also were transporting for Bel Air for like the Career Tech Center. I don't believe we are doing that this fall. But yes, we have several entities that we do contract with. I really just wanted to go back, update everything and streamline it. I realized that we had several contracts out there, and they hadn't been updated in a while. And I had spoken with our administrative office, kind of going back and forth, you know, getting with them to find something with legal. That would just streamline it. Well, I kind of just wanted to be able to go in there and say, hey, you want to contract with us? You would like to utilize our services? Hey, not a problem. You know, you call on a Tuesday, and by Thursday, you want to start transporting with us. You know, I need a way basically to cover us on the legal aspect. to be able to do that for people instead of, you know, I'm so sorry, you know, you're gonna have to wait, you're gonna have to, you know, get some approval, see if we can do this. It's, you know, it's part of our day-to-day operations. So it's kind of just what I was looking for.
Thank you. Good, yeah, right,
Yeah, good, thank you.
any other questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Let's move to second, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Next, looking for a motion to authorize the chair to sign a 3-year contract between Kroll Associates Incorporated and Antrim County for the managed detection response MDR services provided by Kroll Associates.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. I'll support. Thank you. Moved and supporting, questions. Valerie is here if there's any questions. Okay, no questions. Move to support. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Thank you, Valerie. Let's see. Looking for administration office, looking for a motion to authorize chair to execute the materials management planning program grant agreement between Antrim County and Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes and Energy Eagle Materials Management Division, for funding and development of materials management plan.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. I'll second the motion. Any questions? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Budget amendment, administration office, looking for a motion to authorize a budget amendment of $20,500 for the 2024 audit year-end preparation and training to GL 101-212 from 101-272 to contingencies, and authorize board chair to sign letter of engagement with Raymond for consultation and training services.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
I'll support.
Thank you. Moved and supported. Questions? Jairus.
Yeah, Jeremy, this is to help train our new finance director. Is that primarily or?
It's twofold, because it's going to the same place, it just was taken care of with one budget amendment, but, part of it is for the training with the new and to assist with year end, because we want to make sure that we satisfy all that, otherwise we don't get state funding. But the, other part is, it was missed in last year's budget. We had a new cycle of, I mentioned this, I think at the last meeting. We have a new cycle of, audits that started this year for the 2024 audit. It was not prepared for that there was going to be an increase, and, so that's the other argument.
Good, Jairus?
Yep.
Right? Anything, just, okay, it was moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Also from an administration office, action request is to approve one-time stipends of $1,250 for the treasurer, $1,250 for payroll and accounts payable coordinator, and $3,750 for deputy administrator. And authorize the budget amendments from GL 101-191-702, finance director's wages. Is there a motion for?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, is there a second? Okay, there, being no second, for the motion, right,
I'd like to make a motion to amend the budget amendment for the employee stipend. The change that I would like to have is instead of $3,750 for the deputy administrator, I'd like that number to be $2,500. The one-time stipend for the treasurer and for the payroll accounts payable coordinator of $1,250 remains the same.
okay.
I'll second.
Okay, so the only change then to the suggested motion is a change from $3,750 to $2,500. Jason.
What got us to that number?
This is, so the finance director, so for people that don't know, the finance director resigned on June 27th of 2025. And since then, we've had these individuals do a phenomenal job for the county. So when I'm doing the numbers, and I just see, 1250 for the treasurer, 1250 for the payroll accounts payable coordinator, and 3750 for the deputy administrator. I just thought the 3750 was a little excessive, just, that's what I thought. And, I thought, she done a phenomenal job, that she deserves more than 1250, so 1250 is 2500, that's basically what I was thinking. Then you get an additional, cause I know finance director's wages for that time is 6350. So this was in those wages, the numbers were, however, I mean, we gotta be good stewards with taxpayer money. And, nobody here is a finance director. They don't have the background and all that kind of stuff. And I do, kind of give weight to that. So I do believe that, 2500 is, more than fair.
Switch you believe, go ahead.
Anything else?
No.
Other questions? Everybody understands the motion. You have a second. All those in favor, please say aye. Anyone opposed?
No,
I'm gonna do a roll call on that, so.
you can put my name down, you don't have to do a roll call, that's fine. I just don't agree with, I agree with how the numbers were before.
Fair enough, Jason. So
It
Vicky,
passed, so it doesn't matter, I don't care if my name's there.
just for the minutes, if you would so kindly. It's 3-1
Commissioner
with Howard.
Bola,
Yes.
No, I'm sorry, Vicky, no, I'm not asking for a roll call, just the minutes can indicate 3-1, Howard, please.
okay,
Thank you. Moving on, opioid litigation settlement agreement. To look for a motion to approve the attached resolution, authorize the county administrator to sign a participation agreement, to settlement agreement, and a new Michigan State subdivision agreement.
Well, I'll make the amendment.
Thanks, Jason.
Anybody else is going to, I'll do it,
I'll second it.
thank you.
Any questions?
Yeah, I do have a question. Do we have an idea? I mean, we've been doing this for 3 years. Is this gonna continue on for the next 5 years, or is there a time frame when?
There's no specific time frame. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I mean, Purdue's a special animal because they were one of the first, but they've been in bankruptcy for almost the past 3 years. The initial bankruptcy agreement was rejected by the court, and so this is just the slog of that process. The next one that you'll be dealing with are brand new groups that had to lawsuit. And as far as whether I know all the states are done suing for this, I have no idea, but we've gotten the meat of these. These are all diminishing numbers because they're dealing with the largest bids first and then looking at the smaller distributors, smaller retailers.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else? This is a resolution, so Vicky, can I get a roll call, please?
okay, Commissioner Stoll,
Yes.
Commissioner Rubin,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Heffernan.
Yes.
Thank you, Vicky. Moving on, another opioid litigation settlement agreement, looking for a motion to approve the attached resolution, authorize the county administrator to sign a participation agreement for the multiple manufacturer settlement agreement.
I'll make the motion.
I will second it again. Any questions? Being no questions, Vicky, roll call on me again, please.
Okay, Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Rubin,
Yes.
Commissioner Stoll,
Yes.
Commissioner Heffernan.
Yes. Thank you. Moving on, board discussion microphones, Jeremy is kind enough to include a memorandum, so I'll first, Go ahead, Jeremy, get us started.
IT's been working on it. They've helped me out here. They did buy one small piece of equipment that allowed us to amplify the audio, as you probably heard tonight. In case a balance was being found because sometimes people are very loud, sometimes they're very quiet. We're able to amplify it more now because this particular, portable piece of equipment caps off the louder. So if somebody comes up there and screams, it's still gonna sound loud, but it's not gonna blow out our speakers and muddle it for everybody online. And it's been tested quite a bit this last couple of weeks and seems to be all set.
And this was, I guess I should take ownership of initiating this. Jeremy and I have talked about this for a few months and I just wanted to kind of gauge the rest of the gentleman's feelings on this because I've been getting complaints from people and I thought, well, maybe it's just me. And just this week I had a nice lady write me a letter and mail it to me saying that, you know, she can't hear. And she can't hear, she's trying to watch us, she can't hear, so. Do you think am I out of line, Jason, I guess?
No,
we're
I
asking-
think, we set an expectation by allowing the public to watch it. And then we hear, they need to hear it. I know I don't speak the loudest sometimes. I know my face does, but I don't. So, we have to do what we have to do to make the public be able to hear it. So I have seen no problem with them. If we need something, go ahead and get it, I know you're not gonna spend too much money, so.
All right, cheers, thanks, cheers.
I've also gotten complaints from constituents that haven't been able to hear well. And they can hear one person's public comment, but not the next person, or they can hear one of us and not. So I'm glad Jeremy's looking into it.
All right, I appreciate it, thank you very much. All right, yeah, fantastic. Thanks, Jeremy. And again, for tonight anyways, Jeremy, there was a noticeable difference between
Right.
the microphone, so thank you. Moving down to administrators report. Questions for Jeremy? Yes.
Jeremy, I think I ask you about this every month, but that's okay, I guess. The 911 tower number 2.
Yeah, I'm down to asking the 911 director about every other day. He's now actively avoiding me. At this point, we did get we've got a number and we've got an engineer that's willing to stamp the drawings. And now my question every single day is, have they stamped the drawings? We're getting there. It's much slower than I would ever like to move any project, but that's where we're at this point. We have made progress, although slow.
And a lot of folks know, but Central Lake is the area that really has these dead zones really bad.
And we are operating the tower, just a little bit more rigged up than I'd prefer.
Okay. Yeah, because the last month, the village council voted to buy new radios for their police vehicles and just hoping that we have these towers so that these new radios will work good, so.
What about the windows in the courthouse? So it's late August, here we are, late August, so I guess we're mid-August.
The last word that I got was that they shipped on Monday.
Okay. As long as you have, somebody's not avoiding it, that's all.
There you go. Jeremy, may I ask, please, and I appreciate Jarvis talking about Grand Traverse Industries tonight. But could I ask, could you please contact the GTI director and just see where we're at?
Yeah.
Get it out. I would appreciate an update. Thank you. Anything else? Chairman's report, I hope everybody, I did get an email, there's a housing summit, I didn't get it from Housing North, there's a housing summit. October 27th and 28th at the Haggerty Center. Certainly administration can provide that information and want to collect more information on that housing summit. And then we are also we'll be having a vacancy on the 911 board here in the near future. So anyone interested in that, please watch the newspaper.
The newspaper or our website.
Okay. So that's all I have. Any last public comment tonight? Thank you folks for all joining us. Any comments from the board? Last comments?
Yeah, I do have a comment. The sheriff and a couple of the deputies have been talking to a number of townships about license plate readers. And I would like to request that the chairman and Jeremy and a retired police officer could set up a meeting with the sheriff and see if there's a plan for this. I've had some constituents that have been pretty upset by it. I think we need a plan. I don't think we need one in every township. So I would just like more information and also like the question to be answered. License plate readers, is that a township issue or is that a county issue? Because it seems to me like if we're trying to reduce crime in Antrim County, if the county sheriff is involved, it's a county issue. So that's just.
Okay, I'm happy to. I'm sure Ray is as well. So Jeremy will facilitate that. I've heard those same, I've been at township meetings as well. I've heard about, I'm sure everyone has about the call flop cameras right there. Flats. So, I know the sheriff and Detective Martin is out there talking about it. So, Sheriff, anything else? I got public comment. That's fine. It's done. We're adjourned by order of the chair. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.